Guys, so today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about why I really like the plus tires and plus size wheels and stuff like that. As you know, most of my videos are on my single speed, and that single speed, even my previous single speed, if you look back way back on my videos with my Sur 9, Niner Sur 9, and then of course my 7 Sola, is that on a rigid bike you really need to have decent tires, because that's your main point of contact. And if you have good tires that are also wide and have wider rims and are higher volume, that provides you with stability and a little bit of suspension, if you will. So this is my latest bike, this Esker Hayduke, and it can be built in two configurations. And when I first built it up, I built it up as a 29er. It can't really be a 29er plus. There's not enough room for that. But a normal 29er with 29 by 2.3, 2.4, maybe even squeeze a 2.5 in there, depending on the kind of tire it is and how wide your rim. So I kept it like that for about a year, and then built up this wheel set, which are 275 plus in all the nomenclature of that term, because they are I-40, internal width 40, internal width 45. Some people do internal width 50 millimeter, but the rims are wider. And then the tires I put on there are 2.8, so 275 by 2.8 tires. In the front, I have the really aggressive Teravail Kennebec, their latest tire, and in the back, a little lighter tire and faster rolling tire. I have the Kenda Havok, and those aren't as aggressive, but they are a little bit easier to pedal uphill, but obviously not as good at stopping. So you have to know your trail and really know how to pick a line when you're stopping. So the reason I feel that 275 plus is not going to die, because some people are saying that 275 plus is a fad or fading out, and most people want 29ers. And I admit, a 29er does climb easier and roll a little faster, and a lot of the modern 29er wheel bikes can put 2.6 inch tires. My single speed, I could put 2.6. Also, it depends on the tire too, and that's, makes that 29er really plus. When you look at years ago, nobody was using more than 2.4, and only the downhillers were really using the 2.5, and 2.6 wasn't even around. but now it's pretty prevalent. So why is it better, or why is it good to have a bike that has 275 plus wheels on it? And why would you buy, like maybe if you went to buy a new Specialized Fuse or a Trek Roscoe or a few of the other companies that are still embracing the 275 plus? Obviously all the customs. If I was going to get one, I would really look at, well, I love Esker's bikes, and this frame is really cheap for a light, nice steel frame. It's only like $600, whereas you're going to spend that much on a real heavy, surly, or a salsa steel frame, and probably more, and it won't feel like this because it won't have that give and be as light. I'll talk about steel is real and my ideas about that on a separate video. That's a whole other topic. But anyway, let's focus on the wheels. So with these wheels, a couple things come into play. You have a huge wide tire patch that, sure, when you're rolling forward, 29ers are going to roll forward because they're going to have that leverage advantage of being a bigger hoop. But when you are side to side on a 275 plus, you have that side advantage of having a wider footprint width than you would. So it, in some cases, it evens out, but for the most part, you really will notice that side to side advantage on a 275 plus. And on a hardtail, you're also going to notice the advantage of a higher volume tire that is wider and provides much more cushioning. We used to, and I still have my wheels custom built, but we used to tell the wheel maker, hey, don't make my wheel so stiff. I wanted to have a little bit of give, so when I'm riding, it's got some springiness to it. And people would even custom some of my custom frames. They ask, how much flex or give do you want us to build into the frame? Do you want it super stiff, where it's more of a racing type feel, or do you want a more comfortable flexy feel? And I always opted on the side of comfortable flexy because I'm not a racer, and my bikes are always stiff enough, even when I didn't ask for it to be built up stiff. They really felt stiff for me because they're hardtails. Anyway, so a 275 plus won't have the snappiness of that stiff, fast climbing feel, but they do have a shorter wheelbase and have that side-to-side snappiness when you're picking lines and going up and down the trail. So that's my opinion why 275 plus is definitely here to stay. And those that are considering getting a mountain bike and don't want to spend way too much money on the latest full suspension bike, but they want to get a hardtail that gives them that extra feel of a cushioned, full squishy, consider 275 plus.